Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jordy and this reading is for Gemini. Thank you so much for being here today, for liking, sharing, commenting below, and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate all of your love and support. So we're just going to use the Modern Witch Tarot and quickly build up a 10 card tarot spread here. And we'll get into the reading. So I hope you're having a beautiful beginning to your week, or midweek I should say, or whenever this message finds you. Keep in mind there are extended videos to these readings, so if you want to continue this message by the end of the video, you can become a member for only $4.99 a month and see this, go deeper into the message. Okay, here we go. Let's see what's going on for Gemini. Seems like there's lots of big changes happening in this spread. I'm sensing an ending. It's kind of obvious, really, with the Death card and the World card. I don't know if you've actually decided to do anything about a situation or a relationship or, goal or whatever this ending is, but some part of you has kind of come to a level of acceptance that, something has reached its expiration date, and you may have lost confidence in something. Maybe you've disconnected from the passion in some area of your life. I feel like you want to be this, outgoing, confident person, someone who has, all this love and support from the people around you, but you might not be feeling that way right now. You may be feeling judged or misunderstood or embarrassed even about perhaps feeling this way, feeling that something has to end. But just know people will support you with, the right people will support you with any decision that you make. Okay, so we have the Tower and the Three of Swords next to each other in the current moment. The Three of Swords is influencing the Tower in that position. In the center of the reading, the overall theme is the Six of Swords. So this shows that this influencing factor is pain or sorrow or regret. And with it being reversed, I feel like this pain, this wounding, is finally able to heal for the first time in a long time. You may have been experiencing regret or pain or maybe even second guessing whatever this thing was that you're ending now, or thinking about ending. This may have been bothering you for quite some time. It may not have been that great of an experience for you for a long period of time. And that feeling, those thoughts that have been kind of causing you this heartache, really those thoughts are meant to help you transform, to know when something doesn't feel right and to do something about it. And that's what's creating this instability in the Tower reverse. That's what's creating this shock wave, is what I'm hearing with the Six of Swords and the Tower card here. So there's this shock wave of interesting word, really. I'll have to think about that for a second. But it's like you've been having this agitation, this feeling of I need to change my situation. I'm not feeling right in it anymore. I need to separate myself from this. And then all of a sudden there's this like I'm getting pulse with this heart and the three of swords. It's like your pulse has been increasing lately. The agitation has gotten worse. The stress on your body, on your mind has gotten worse here with these two cards. And well, it's creating this shift where you're probably imagining, with this imagination card beneath it with the Page of Cups, like you're probably imagining like, worst case scenario at this point, because you are accepting the fact that you are ready for some type of transition or change here. So the advice is to follow your heart with this Knight of Cups in the middle of the reading, to acknowledge the pain and to give and respect it and give it and allow it to speak to you in some way. And then also to acknowledge what makes you feel good. There may have been embarrassment or shame, to get relief from having, recently embraced this need for transformation. There's something here about your imagination, like you're not seeing this ending in a healthy way right now, but your heart, your instincts, your emotions are telling you it is important. Just know that your future is full of opportunity and full of blessings, and that you are liberating yourself from something that's been holding you back. And try not to, spiral out of control with your emotions and your mind to the best of your ability right now. Like this Page of Cups reverse can talk about false perceptions. It's difficult to perceive your situation in a way that other people may clearly perceive it until you are on the other side. And that's where you kind of have to trust your heart at this moment and be brave, with this Knight. The World card and the Star is interesting. So the Star in the past is kind of like a self-love message that has created this influence, this shift into transformation and endings in a certain area of your life, whether that's career or relationship or just something really important to you. A big part of your life is changing, Gemini. And, that Star card's about, replenishing giving yourself something that you feel like you've been losing this entire time. It's almost like you feel like you've been neglecting or losing or even deteriorating in some way, with the Death and the Nine of Wands being here, before you decided to reach this ending point. And the Star card is saying, like, even though it's in the past position, that there will be replenishment, there will be healing. It comes when you accept the past and you embrace the current moment. And I feel like that's something that you are gradually coming to terms with, Gemini, which is really powerful. I mean, if you've watched this video to this point, I want to say thank you for sticking through this message with me, because I can feel it's very vulnerable. And, You have to believe that there's better out there. So we're going to quickly run through the individual card pairings from top to bottom, and then we'll move into the extended reading. So with the Tower reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, I was channeling that as like a instability in your emotions and in your mind. Your mind could even be playing tricks on you. Or you could be seeing patterns that are not necessarily true. For example, say this is a relationship situation, and you're saying like, oh no, but this person's great, like they've done this the whole time, they've done that. But really, from an outside perspective, I mean, other people's opinions don't matter, but if you look at like an objective perspective on the relationship, they may not have contributed that much. They may not have been there during important moments in your life, even though they did this one little thing all the time. Or do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, measuring and quantifying a relationship is one thing, but I'm just giving this example because it's almost like you're seeing patterns that are like covering up the real truth of the situation. And I feel like if you catch yourself in those patterns, that's happening because you've been suppressed or wounded or cut short from something, deprived of something. You've been wounded with these two cards of wounding here. If you were in a healthier state of mind, a healthier situation, a healthier relationship, for example, you wouldn't see that pattern. You would see it in a different way. This is cup energy, and it's in the illusions position when it's reversed. And we all fall prey to that when our emotions are overriding our thoughts, our logic. So, instant forgiveness when you catch yourself doing that. It's almost like you're breaking free from some spell here. And it happens in layers. It's been happening perhaps slowly over time, with this Six of Swords being a slow-moving energy, and the Knight of Cups being not too fast either. So, so you're breaking that spell, that illusion. It's very powerful. And this is the wounding we talked about here in the Three of Swords reversed and the Nine of Wands, but there's definitely movement with these two cards next to it. The Six of Swords and the Nine of Cups both talking about forward movement in your emotions and in your mind. It's like you're making up your mind here. Finally. Gemini. Finally making up your mind after being poked and prodded this entire time, probably. It's bittersweet, That's what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing I told you so. So some people might be kind of a little bit arrogant about your life and kind of have been judging you from the start, saying that you should end something from the beginning or at certain stages, but when you weren't ready to hear it. And I just say to that, like, let them have that, let them revel in that, like, knowing that they had. It doesn't mean that what you thought and felt throughout that time wasn't valid. And it's nothing to be embarrassed or ashamed of. And a lot of that may just be in your own heart, in your mind. Like, people might have suggested you taking different choices in the past. People might have looked like they weren't approving of something, but deep down inside they still love and accept you, and it's really not as big of a you versus them than you may think it is what I'm getting. So I do hear, though, that you have to do this yourself. You have to do this is your own journey that you're on, and listening to advice right now might not be the most appropriate thing. Maybe you need to listen to your gut at this time. Some of the advice that has come through in this reading might not even feel right for you, but if you've made it this far into the reading, there's something here about this message that is resonating. I have to believe that. And I just want to say, like, trust your own gut in this situation, trust your emotions and your mind. If you feel like 2 out of the 3 are suggesting you move in a certain direction, maybe one of those aspects of yourself is a little bit out of alignment, ask yourself why. Is it because of this suppression or this wounding, or is there fact behind it? Is there substance to it? Because you could have your mind telling you to do something, you could have your instincts telling you to do something, but your emotions might be completely the other way around. And that's perfectly normal. We have the Death card and the King of Wands reverse. This is that initiative that you've been afraid to take. So the King of Wands is in the Fears position, and it's a card of initiative. So this is about having confidence in the decisions that you make, or at least feigning confidence until you finally realize that you made a good decision. The World reverse with the Star. May feel like your whole world is being turned upside down right now. And this situation, even though it's ending and transforming, we do have a kind of a slightly contradictory message here with the World card being reversed, saying that this chapter of your life isn't necessarily the last chapter in the story, so to speak. There could be more developments in your situation, in your relationship, in your current circumstances, whatever this ending represents for you. But at this point, you have to move forward with how you feel, what you think is right, and the acceptance that you have, and just see how things go in the future. This is a go with the flow type of energy, no longer resisting it. Lots of cards of flowing here happening in this reading. So it's beautiful. Okay, we're going to continue this message in the extended. Thank you, Gemini, for being here. I hope you follow me over there. The link is in the description box of this video. If not, I'll see you again soon.